It is 6 a.m. and the sun has not yet risen. But here in the forest, the sky is already glowing with golden light. And if we look closely, we can see that this light is actually made up of millions of tiny diamonds. Each one is a drop of dew hanging from a leaf or blade of grass, and together they form a shimmering, ever-changing mosaic as the wind blows. In the distance, the mist is rising from the valley like a veil being drawn back to reveal the secrets of the forest. And as the light grows stronger, we begin to hear the sound of birds. First, it's just a gentle chorus of chipping and twittering, but soon it rises to a full-throated crescendo as the birds greet the new day. Meanwhile, deep within the forest, the water is beginning to stir. Hidden somewhere among these rocks is a waterfall, and as the first rays of sunlight touch its glistening surface, it comes to life. Tiny droplets fly through the air like diamonds thrown from a giant's purse, scattering rainbows in their wake. Suddenly, a flash of russet fur catches our eye. It's a fox, and he's on the move. His name is Finnegan, and he's been awake for a while now. He spent the evening hunting, and his belly is full of field mouse, so he has no need to rush. He takes his time, padding softly through the undergrowth, his bushy tail held high like a flag. As he makes his way through the forest, he passes by a family of deer. They lift their heads from the ferns to watch him go by, their ears twitching. For a moment, their eyes lock, and there's a sense of ancient understanding between them, a recognition of kindred spirits. But the moment passes, and the deer return to their grazing. Finnegan pauses for a moment, then continues on his way. He's on the lookout for something, but he's not sure what. There's a restlessness in his heart that he can't quite name. As he ventures deeper into the forest, the trees grow taller and the light grows dimmer. The air is cooler here, and the ground is covered in a thick carpet of moss. Then suddenly he stops dead in his tracks. In front of him is a clearing, and in the center of the clearing is a rock monolith. It's like a giant finger pointing up to the sky, and at its base is a pool of water. The rock monolith is old, older than the forest itself, and it holds a strange power over Finnegan. He doesn't know why he's drawn to it, but he can't help but feel that it's calling to him, so he walks towards it. As he approaches the monolith, he sees that the pool of water at its base is not just any water, it's a mirror. And when he looks into the mirror, he sees himself. But this is not just any fox. This is the spirit of the forest, the guardian of the balance between all living things. And when their eyes meet, Finnegan knows that he has found what he was looking for. He has found his home. But before we go any further, let me ask you a question. What do you think? Do you think Finnegan will be able to find his place in the forest? Do you think he will be able to live in harmony with the other animals? Or do you think he will be forced to flee when the humans come? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And now let's get back to the story. As the hours pass, Finnegan watches the forest come to life. Squirrels chase each other up and down the trees. Birds build their nests and rabbits hop through the undergrowth. All around him there is movement and activity, but Finnegan remains still, lost in thought. He is no longer just a fox. He is the spirit of the forest, and he knows that he has a responsibility to protect this place and all of its inhabitants. The sun climbs higher in the sky, and the forest is bathed in golden light. The birds sing their sweetest songs, and the flowers open their petals to drink in the warmth. It is a perfect day, and Finnegan feels a sense of peace settle over him. He knows that he is exactly where he is supposed to be. As he watches the forest come to life, he sees a family of deer approaching. They are led by a majestic stag with antlers like a crown. Behind him walk two does, and between them two fawns skip and play. As the deer approach the clearing, they stop in their tracks. They, too, sense the power of the rock monolith, and they bow their heads in respect. Then suddenly, one of the fawns breaks away from the group and runs towards Finnegan. At first, Finnegan is startled, but then he sees that the fawn is not afraid. In fact, it seems drawn to him as if it knows who he is and what he represents. When the fawn reaches him, it nuzzles against his leg, and Finnegan feels a surge of protectiveness wash over him. He knows that he must keep the fawn safe. Just then, the mother doe rushes over and stands protectively in front of her child. She, too, looks at Finnegan with a mixture of curiosity and caution. For a moment, there is a standoff. Then the mother doe relaxes her stance and takes a step back. She, too, senses that Finnegan is not a threat, but a protector, and she bows her head in submission. From that moment on, the deer and Finnegan become friends. They spend their days grazing in the clearing and their nights sleeping in the forest. Together, they are safe from harm, and they know it. But their peaceful existence is shattered when the sound of human voices echoes through the trees. Men have entered the forest, and they are carrying axes. As the men approach, the deer flee, but Finnegan stands his ground. He knows that he must face the men and try to stop them from destroying the forest. When the men see Finnegan, they stop in their tracks. They too sense the power that he represents, and they hesitate. But their greed is strong, and they continue on their way. Finnegan watches them go, knowing that he has failed. As the men chop down trees and destroy the forest, Finnegan feels a deep sadness wash over him. He knows that he must do something to stop them, but he is not sure what. Just when he feels like all hope is lost, he remembers the rock monolith. It is the heart of the forest, and it may be able to help him. So Finnegan runs to the rock monolith and leaps onto its peak. From up here, he can see the entire forest, and he can see the men cutting down a tree that is very special to him. It is an ancient oak tree, and it has been the home of many animals over the years. Finnegan knows that he must do something to save it. Taking a deep breath, Finnegan lets out a loud bark. The men turn to him and stare up at him from below. In that moment, Finnegan knows that he has their attention. it. And then he does something that surprises even him. He jumps off the rock monolith and runs towards the men. The men are startled by Finnegan's sudden movement, and they stop cutting down the tree. They watch as Finnegan circles around them, barking furiously. Then, as if they understand his message, they drop their axes and run away. As soon as the men are gone, Finnegan runs to the oak tree and barks happily. He has saved the tree, and he has saved the forest. From that day on, Finnegan is known as the hero of the forest. The animals look to him as a leader, and he guides them in protecting their home. The forest is safe, and all the creatures, great and small, can live in harmony.